Hey guys, I'm doing a series of videos in the morning, so I'm changing hats and I'm getting just as mismatchy as possible because that's the mood I'm in. But let's talk about muscle gain and muscle loss on keto. It's a subject that I think is really, I have to revisit it over and over and over again because it's really interesting, to be honest. So you guys know I've been doing keto. It's just about coming up on 6 years of being in ketosis with no refeeding on carbohydrates. People are like, what's refeeding? And I'm like, going to my kitchen or outside and eating some carbs and sugar again, or fructose. No, that's bye-bye. Those are the old days and these are the new days. So let's talk about the business, right? This is the business. Boom. Okay. 47, going on 48. Coached over 700 people. I'm learning. I think I got this. I got it. I got it, you guys. All right. You guys, sirens. If you very faint sound, if you listen out there, there's a little siren. Okay, so what's the deal? Now, I keep just gaining muscle. It's getting out of hand, right? I just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I don't train to failure at all. Not at all, because being a pro skateboarder, your joints become a little, compromised. You slam like a rag doll all over the place. And, I have a little bit of an arthritis issue that is maintained very well while doing the ketogenic diet because, of course, sugars and carbohydrates are inflammatory to the joints. It creates a thing called advanced glycation end product. But here's the deal. So for me personally, and everybody's different, I've done my experimentation and I found out that I can go as low as 50 grams of protein a day at 5'3", and still, I think that's like 163 centimeters or something like that. I don't know, I gotta go check again. But I can take my protein down. All right. We all know I'm very insulin sensitive, which people keep thinking that if you go on the keto diet, you become insulin resistant. So ridiculous. It's sensitive. So now, as you can see, that when I do eat vegetables, which I have three different parts of my day as servings, I have about 1 to 3 cups, depending on what the vegetable carbohydrate is. So spinach to broccoli or Brussels sprouts, I'm going to have less. Obviously, I'm going to have about a cup of Brussels sprouts, and I can go up to 3 cups of spinach. But I'll have those 3 servings a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Okay, guys. So what's the deal about gaining muscle and losing muscle? Well, I just did a video prior talking about the minerals that you need. A lot of you guys don't forget about you forget about the quality of foods. You forget about minerals. You forget about things like bone broth, Himalayan salt. You need your magnesium. You need your sodium. You need your zinc. Zinc is going to help prevent muscle loss. It's not the same as people thinking about, hello. I almost wanted to say DHEA when really I'm trying to say BCA. My brain is all over the place. By the way, don't take DHEA. No, guys, you got little reproductive hormone systems. I do not suggest DHEA at all. But the BCAAs, no, if you want to prevent muscle loss, something as simple as zinc, which is so deficient from our diets. When you first go on keto, you want to consider things that also prevent muscle loss, which is jack up your fats. Get your fats up to about 200 grams a day. Now, how do I know these numbers? Because I coach people. And I've got the information to confirm and prove the macros generally, which are very different from person to person. But I'm pretty much 200 is a really great mark. And from there, you can go up or you can go down. And another thing that prevents muscle loss so you can grow and get bigger and quickly adapt is getting some rest, go to bed. And I'll talk to people and they'll be like, well, I can go to bed this day and that day, but, Sunday and Friday, I stay up late to watch these shows or hang out with the family. And I'm like, but you have low T, you have stage 4 adrenal overload, you've got, anxiety, you've got poor sleep, and we're even is it a question that you're going to talk about your sleep quality when you're first trying to keto adapt, which you don't have a glucometer. When you get one, your sugars are probably going to be upwards over 100 with anxiety. Sleep is huge on gaining muscle, especially in that first very volatile, very like, first 2 weeks of being on keto. Because yes, you're not adapted yet. And your body, when you drop your carbohydrates down, your body will, your brain is like, really? You're going to take my carbs away? Well, I'll just take some from the muscle, the tissue. Basically, your body's trying to convert amino acids from your body. Bone, marrow, muscle, skin, whatever, wherever there's amino acids, and convert that back into glucose. Now, unfortunately, that's not enough glucose to bring back your glycogen storages to that level where you got the energy. So, a lot of you guys want to refeed. You're so worried about losing muscle that you want to refeed. So that's going to be another video. I'm going to talk about refeeding. But in this context, when we're talking about getting into ketosis, it's the period in which your body rejects the usability of ketones is a very short one if you do the things that I just mentioned, like get your minerals in and get your water in and get some sleep. And don't overtrain in the beginning, because if you overtrain, if you stay up too late, you're going to have that gluconeogenic effect, and that's going to spike your glucose, and then your brain's going to go, there's my crack again, but then that glucose isn't enough to fill up your gas tank, so your body has to continue to keep breaking down muscle to get glucose, at least in the bloodstream, to get up to your fledgling brain. That's a bad cycle, so you really want to get your proteins to a very moderate and modest level in the beginning, and then you also want to drive your glycogen storages down in the very beginning so your body will it'll start to make the ketones, and you want to jack up your fats, and you want to eat veggie carbs, and I keep seeing berries and onions and a little bit of sweet potato. You can't do that. You keep hearing online, 50 carbs. Nope. Unfortunately, the keto brain really wants to digress back to using glucose. And if you even eat your broccoli too fast, you could have a glucose spike blocking or slowing down your keto adaptation. You guys want to gain muscle? Don't keep overdoing the amounts. You have to use a glucometer to test your glucose. If you don't have a glucometer, do the air test. Okay, the air test is, if I eat protein, do I have a post-lunch slump? Do I have a glucose response? Do I feel sleepy after eating lunch? Yes? Or do I feel sleepy after eating steak at night? Yes. You guys really have to know the difference between the amount of protein in steak, ground beef, chicken, the wing, the drum stick, the thigh, fish, because certain fatty meats are going to have obviously more protein and less fat. So if you take the wing of a chicken in comparison to the thigh, or if you take ground beef in comparison to steak, you're going to have more protein in one over the other, and so when you eat a higher volume of it, you can have a glucose response what your body cannot use right now can be converted into glucose, thus slowing or blocking your keto adaptation, or potentially even popping you out if you're nearly there. You guys want to not be catabolic, which is the breakdown of your muscle in the very beginning. Then that's what you got to consider: the sleep, the fat, the moderate protein. All these things, like getting your stress levels down, your gut, not overtraining. But once you start to keto adapt, how do you grow muscle? It takes people, they get flat in the beginning. Remember, your kidneys are trying to figure out what's going on because you have this big dump of water, big, huge, massive dump of electrolytes. And so people look a little flat. Well, your pump comes back. As you can see, the pump comes back. Yeah. Yes, the pump comes back. And the fullness of your muscles, as you can see, I look fuller and fuller and fuller and fuller. And I did a video a couple days ago about the before and after stuff, and you can see how emaciated I was at 113 pounds at 5'3", which for another girl that would be in my weight range, but I looked gaunt. As you can see, I look very full. I look very, very full on keto now. So this takes time. So, like, I'm going to travel. I'm going to start prepping my food now. Okay? I'm already prepping my food. I already know what I'm going to go. I'm gonna eat over there when I'm traveling. So I don't compromise my keto adaptation. It's a process. Some of you might take months before that pump comes back, and it might take a month before the pump comes back. And when you get into a highly adapted keto state by using your glucometer, testing your glucose, then your ketones and make sure they are in opposition, then you will notice that when you work out, because of the less amount of protein and the insulin sensitivity, you just get bigger! Yes? I keep just growing. I just keep growing. Everything just keeps growing. And people keep saying, you're getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, and I don't even train hard. Yes? If I'm at the gym 3 hours, it's going to get away from all the emails I get all day long. Love you guys. Love you. Love you. But yeah, this is a sort of never quick video about muscle gain. Can you grow muscle on keto? Yes, you become incredibly anabolic. It means that your body takes muscle, converts it into glucose to feed your fledgling brain, which makes you anabolic, which is why lifters, bodybuilders have a very difficult time to get mass sometimes and to stay lean, because you have to use insulin as a way to drive amino acids into the muscle cell so it can grow. But the problem is that people carb load, and they're getting this flood of insulin, which is very caustic, very nasty to the body, to the bloodstream. It stacks up, has a very difficult time to get out of the bloodstream. And then, of course, the slam of glucose, which creates blood sugar dysregulation, which also creates advanced glycation end product, which is the destruction of the protein within the cell. So it's a very, very bad thing. And then going up and down in carbs affects the thyroid and the adrenals. So that's the short life of a competitor. And then people end up having to take all the supplementation or things to have the physique, the desired physique, whereas my ass can't run out of a burning building, can't do any cardio squats, lunges, any of that because of a knee injury, severe knee injury, and I just keep getting bigger. Bigger. That's keto, right? I'm not catabolic. When I don't eat food, my body goes to the restaurant of my belly and it feeds my fledgling, goes to the restaurant, takes that fat, converts it into converts it into ketones that can go within the Krebs cycle and give energy to all my muscles without taking down the muscle to convert, which means that I'm not constantly tearing down muscle, which means I don't have to eat every 2 hours to stay bam with the business. Okay, guys, that's it. If you want to learn more, go to StephaniePerson.com, Stephanie the Business Person on Facebook fan page, and Stephanie Ketogenic. And what is the deal? There's 5,000 keto coaches now. But this girl, she's the original. And she's got the business 24/7, 365, right? I don't have to go do this. I don't have to, look, if I don't flex, this is me right here. No flexing. This is my body, no flexing. Keto's amazing. The age, the injuries, it's awesome sauce! The health benefits, the anti-cancer benefits. I can go on and on. Alright, guys, peace out. StephaniePerson.com. It's energy, energy, energy. Stephanie, the Business Person on my Facebook fan page. That's where I do a lot of really cool posting, no food porn, or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram. Peace out, guys. Bye.